And Sandra, we are learning more each and every hour, it seems, about this storm and where it wants to go. Here's my thoughts right now. Let's track this system and look at those strong winds. High winds at 175 miles per hour, still moving west-northwest at 16 miles per hour, and the pressure has held steady at about 922 millibars. It is nearing right now the Turks and Caicos Islands. They are the next up to get directly hit by this storm, and in fact they might be the last folks to get directly hit by the storm until it gets to Florida. The latest Hurricane Center track, bluntly, is a disaster for South Florida. It takes the eye of the hurricane right over South Florida and up much of the peninsula as well. Two consequences from that: a disaster for Florida, but it also would weaken the storm significantly before it gets to the Carolinas. That is still not locked in stone, so I am still concerned all the way up the east coast of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and we got to keep an eye on this too up here in North Carolina. Most of the computer models, though, have shifted west today. There are reasons for that, but that's kind of that clustering. Very good agreement here. That's why I'm shading in red. Charleston, Jacksonville, all the way down to Miami. We're kind of right on that borderline between my medium concern level and low level. That's because our wind and rain, while we will get it, might not be as high if that storm does track over Florida, but we better be prepared in case it doesn't.
We'll stick with you, Tim. Now, we want you to be a part of our conversation about Hurricane Irma. As you see video of people in Florida and now parts of Georgia, they're leaving, heading north. And then the last little bit, Carolina, the triad. Is it flooding?
Close contact.
Governor Roy Cooper declared a state of emergency for our state yesterday, and it took effect today. This afternoon, he gave another briefing on the state's plans for the storm, and WFMY News 2 wanted to make sure he answered your questions. WFMY News 2's Erica Stapleton was there and has more on what the state is doing to prepare ahead of Hurricane Irma.
Well, Sandra, the big question we unfortunately do not have an answer to yet. It's too soon to tell the impact Irma will have on our state, but Governor Cooper says it's not too soon to prepare. He says tomorrow at 7 p.m. the state will suspend all road work. That way, if people need to travel to a safer area, they can do so with hopefully less traffic. There hasn't been any sort of mandatory evacuations at this point, but if you live in an area that's prone to flooding, try and make plans to stay somewhere else. Right now, Governor Cooper says he's not concerned about our gas supply either. The impact from Hurricane Harvey wasn't as big as expected, so there's still a lot of gas to go around. And so far, there hasn't been any reports of price gouging.
One of the things we've found about our good price gouging law is that it works as a deterrent, that when a state of emergency has been declared, that people are going to be watching.
The governor is also encouraging folks here to get familiar with the Ready NC website and app to find state resources during an emergency. You can get updates on flooding, road closures, power outages, but one thing we noticed last year during Hurricane Matthew was a delay in what was happening on the ground and what was happening on the app. In natural disasters, things happen very quickly, so the state says it gets its information directly from the National Weather Service, DOT, and NOAA, and it's pushed as quickly as it's reported.
We'll take you to the TIM system. It will tell you as shelters open and close. It's real time, constantly being updated.
We'll also keep you up to date with our WFMY News 2 app with the latest on Hurricane Irma.
Thank you. So the state seems prepared, but are you? Well, right now we have a panel of insurance experts here to help you make sure you're prepared. Just call 336-680-1000 now through 6:30. Now, while we know it's too late to change your policy, you can still ask other storm-related questions like what you might need to do to be ready if you had to file a claim against a storm. Again, here's that number, 336-680-1000. You may be asking them about the things you're most concerned about, and that's what we're asking you to weigh in on now. Right now, most of you are saying that 50% of you are worried about power outages, 41% about the wind damage, and 9% about the flooding. Keep weighing in, and we'll check those results again coming up.
I'm just grateful for all the prayers, and again want to continue to pray for those that are still in the path of Irma.
New at 6, a Greensboro travel agent gets a first-hand look at what Irma could bring our way. Stephanie Hasty took this video in the Dominican Republic. She's stuck there with no available flights home. As WFMY News 2's Ben Powell reports, Hurricane Irma is also ruining plans for travelers who were heading south.
This is what it looked like in the Dominican Republic when Hurricane Irma passed by.
We're getting moderate rain, moderate winds. We avoided the majority of the eye of the hurricane.
Stephanie Hasty is safe where she is, but she's also stuck with no way out until after the storm passes.
Up until today, there was a lot of anxiety that was building. Like I said, it was very difficult to try to find a way out of the Dominican because of the availability of flights. So there was a lot of anxiety that was building here.
She spotted people boarding up windows on restaurants and shops nearby, making the best of a bad situation.
Everybody was really well stocked. There wasn't a lot of chaos. They did have an overabundance of things that were essential items like toilet paper or non-perishable goods or water. Just all of those things were available.
While Stephanie rides out the storm in Punta Cana, her co-workers are busy in Greensboro.
It has been absolutely crazy.
Shane Lawrence with Imagine Travel says they have about 75 clients who have had to cancel or rearrange their travel plans to Florida or the Caribbean because of Irma.
That's the thing, you got to get in the office first thing in the morning and you're getting text messages, cell phone calls, emails, any way that a person can communicate with you.
As for Stephanie, it could be a while before she's able to come back home.
My flight's next Tuesday, and that's weather permitting because it looks like the path of Irma is leading straight up to the Carolinas.
Travel agents say if you have a trip coming up this weekend down south, forget about it. Change your plans now. But if your trip is still a couple weeks away, don't panic just yet. Just wait and see what happens first.
Okay, got to have a lot of nerves to do that. Well, you can count on WFMY News 2 to help you weather Hurricane Irma. Be prepared by downloading the WFMY News 2 app right now. It's free in Google Play and iTunes. Just search for WFMY. Despite Hurricane Irma's presence, we should have a beautiful weekend in the Triad this weekend. Is that right, Tim? And that's right on time because there's a lot going on this weekend. The National Folk Festival and the Central Carolina Fair both start tomorrow. And if you're going or if you want to avoid it, there are some things you need to know. Expect heavy traffic in downtown Greensboro for the Folk Festival. Washington Street is the best way to get around it, but don't forget about partial road closures on Elm and Davie Streets. The Central Carolina Fair is at the Greensboro Coliseum complex. To avoid traffic in that area, take Coliseum Boulevard to Ellington Street. In both cases, parking could be a nightmare.
All of our parking lots will be open, and in particular, the main parking lot off of Ellington Street is folks' best bet.
There's the Belmead deck along Green Street, there's the Green Street deck along Washington, and there's the Church Street deck along Church Street.
The Central Carolina Fair runs through September 17th, and Irma could impact the schedules. The National Folk Festival runs through Sunday, so weather shouldn't be an issue, let's hope. And if you need more information on any of the events or tips, primarily includes names, social security numbers, birth dates, addresses, and in some instances, driver's license numbers and credit card numbers. Equifax will send direct mail notices to those impacted. The company is also offering free ID theft protection and credit file monitoring to all U.S. consumers. Still ahead on WFMY News 2 at 6, a Triad family has a new family member, all thanks to community support. Coming up, we'll explain how this four-legged beauty will not only help the family, but also help save this little boy's life. Plus, the Greensboro Grasshoppers start their playoff run tonight. WFMY News 2's Patrick Wright has a live update. That's coming up in sports.
You ready?
I'm ready. You get ready.
Watch tomorrow's football superstars today on Friday Football Fever.
The longest running football show in the Triad.
Bringing it to you for more than 20 years.
Covering our local schools from the first game to the championship. Scores, highlights, cheers. Catch it all right here on the Fever.
You got the fever?
We got the cure. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Friday Football Fever, Friday at 11:14.
Come in now to Crossroads Ford in Kernersville for huge savings with 0 interest for 6 years on our great selection of new Fords. And as always, get the best prices in the Triad only at Crossroads Ford in Kernersville. New 2017 Edges take up to $8,000 off or get 0 interest for 6 years. New 2017 Explorers take up to $7,000 off or get 0 interest for 6 years. And new 2017 Escapes take up to $7,000 off or get 0 interest for 6 years only at Crossroads Ford in Kernersville.
You look nice. Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Fitter. They removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now, getting in and out is a breeze. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit, plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, life is so much easier with a shower we love.
Real people, steel people. Professionals demand dependability on the job. Homeowners expect long-lasting value. And servicing steel dealers provide friendly, knowledgeable support. Right now, pick your power, fuel, or battery, and get a great value on a steel blower, starting at just $129.95. Get yours now, only at your local steel dealer. Visit steeldealers.com or search STIHL.
All of the Triad, all of the news. Always WFMY News 2 at 6 p.m.
Let's take a little bit of a break and get ready to smile finally. A Triad community came together to help a little boy get a service dog.
I think I'll have her sleep with me.
Oh yes, you might remember we told you about 7-year-old Warren Van Tassel back in May. He's epileptic and has already suffered through 85 seizures in his short life. Kernersville teacher John Sigmund dyed his hair different colors as a part of a fundraiser for the dog, for the service dog, and other community groups pitched in too. And now Warren and Eddie are becoming great friends. The family appreciates everyone and anyone who donated to help Etta become a part of their family. The community got answers for that family, and now we're working to get you answers about Hurricane Irma. Just take a look. If you have questions related to your insurance ahead of the storm, we have a panel of experts here to answer your questions. Just call 336-680-1000 right now to ask things you need to know before or after the storm. We'll check in with them on some of the advice they're given in just a few moments. But right now we have to turn our weather expert on, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley, who's got the latest on Irma. We're watching you, Tim.
Oh, Sandra, it's been a busy week already, and we're still about 4 days away from our first impacts from Irma here in the Triad. Here's what we know right now. Beautiful weather sticking around for the weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. However, heading into Monday and Tuesday, rain is a sure bet. We will have some rain at times. Just a question of how much we might pick up. I certainly think several inches of rain are a good possibility Monday into Tuesday, and there will be wind to go along with it, and there's likely to be at least some risk of tornadoes to go along with it as well. Monday night into Tuesday morning. That's quite common when you have tropical systems moving onto land, and that's what we're going to be finding in North Carolina heading into Monday and Tuesday. First off, Winston-Salem, your current temperature at 71 degrees. We look at the beautiful blue sky. Similar situation across the entire Triad and the entire Piedmont right now with low to mid 70s. That cool air courtesy of Canada. Thanks a lot, right? It's coming in right now, and that cold front is offshore. Now, initially you might think, okay, that's going to sweep Irma out to sea. Doesn't really work like that this time around. If that front were a little slower and it got here the same time Irma did, that would have happened. Not the case this time. Instead, Irma is likely to head straight into Florida right now. The question is, does it head straight into the peninsula or skirt it just barely out to the east? Those are going to be big questions we need to figure out in the next couple of days. There's the storm now bearing down on the Turks and Caicos Island away. Monday and Tuesday, that is when whatever's left of the storm, no matter how strong or how weak, Monday and Tuesday is when it does come into the Carolinas and Georgia, bringing that wind and bringing that rain. My concern level is especially high from South Florida up the east coast of Florida into Georgia and into central South Carolina. Reason being, those are the areas that are going to be on the worst side of the storm anyway. That's when they have that water pushing ashore. You have the tornado risk and all those things that go along with it. My concern level not quite as high right now for North. A little bit to the west. We'll have to keep a very, very close eye on it, though. We do have some chance of winds that go over tropical storm force. I think we have about a 30 to 40% chance of that happening right here, right now. In a worst case, we probably see winds that are about 40 to 60 miles per hour right here in the Piedmont Triad. No chance are we going to have anything over 100, nothing like that. But 40 to 60 mile per hour winds are pretty strong. That would be a possibility if it tracks pretty close by. Also having some tornado threat. Monday night into Tuesday morning is the main time frame. That hasn't changed all week long, so keep that in mind when you're planning your situations. Are minor winds or major winds? That will depend on the exact track. The latest forecast is looking a little better for us, but that could still change. I will keep you posted on air, online, tirelessly over the next couple of days. The coast, of course, bears the biggest brunt of this situation. We'll have much more on Irma on news2.com. You can get it anytime. Stay with us. There's more to come on News 2 at 6.
The News 2 Weather Garden is brought to you
Whom do you trust in your home? In business for nearly 50 years, you can trust the professionals at Central Carolina Air Conditioning. We will now send you the picture of your technician in advance, so you know whom to expect. You can trust the professionals at Central Carolina Air Conditioning. Call now or go online to schedule your annual air conditioning preventative maintenance and stay cool all summer.
Next Wheel. Tonight at 7 on WFMY News 2.
The Hardee's Sausage and Egg Biscuit. Stop on over and get 2 of them for $2.50. 2 sausage and egg made from scratch biscuits for just $2.50. Amazing times we live in, folks. Amazing times. Now at Hardee's.
Up next, we have something absolutely exquisite. This has to be one of the most flawless diamond collections we have ever had on the show. The Diamond Dazzler scratch-offs. They're a huge, huge deal. We're talking $4 million top prize huge.
Huge.
So many dazzling options. Have you ever seen anything so dazzling?
Not since my ice dancing days.
Coming up. All aboard the Sapphire Express.
Woo, woo. The Hardee's Sausage and Egg Biscuit. Stop on over and get 2 of them for $2.50. 2 sausage and egg made from scratch biscuits for just $2.50. Amazing times we live in, folks. Amazing times. Now at Hardee's.
Hey, the weather still looks good for the weekend, so head out to the Central Carolina Fair.
We're taking you on the rides live and for free. Keyword free.
And save $600 in groceries just
you the most, and this is what you're saying. 52% say power outages, then 39% say they worry about wind damage, and just 9% are worried about the flooding. Thanks to everyone who voted, and join us again tomorrow for another question. Right now, we have a team of insurance experts here to answer your Irma insurance questions. They've been taking calls since 5 o'clock. And Chad Silver is with them now. Chad, what questions are they getting the most?
Well, it's been a lot of questions about flood insurance and what...
A lot of it, Chad, is just most people are wondering whether their homeowner's policy will cover flood insurance, which the simple answer to that is no. You have to purchase a separate insurance policy, and that is through the National Flood Insurance Program, which is operated by FEMA. So essentially, totally separate policy from your homeowner. So, and that deals with any type of rainwater that can come in from the outside would be considered flood and would be excluded under a homeowner's policy.
And if you're thinking now, well, let me get me some flood insurance real quick, it's too late.
Correct. 30-day waiting period, unless you're closing on a mortgage, in which case they'll do it on the closing date.
So if you wanted to think ahead for the next storm, then you can get it now, but still 30 days in between.
30-day waiting period.
Thanks a lot, Brian. I appreciate it.
Sure.
If you missed any of the advice that we have been giving here today, we have some of the main takeaways on our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Book the Pita Delight Pita Stop food truck for your next event. Call us at 336-378-6066.
David Freeman with Freeman Ford in Liberty, your alternative to the large dealership. Here to let you know that our selection of new Ford cars and trucks has never been better and the discounts have never been deeper.
Get 0% for up to 6 years on select models. Discounts up to $12,000 off of MSRP.
Come visit my dad at Freeman Ford in Liberty for fantastic sales and service. Or visit us at freemanford.com.
People come to the Caribbean over the water bar. with over 200 free HD channels and free DVR. Satellite can't give you all that. And unlimited nationwide calling with Spectrum Voice.
They switched to Spectrum, babe.
How hard was it to switch?
One call, one bill. We got 3 services for $29.99 each. Oh, and best part, no contract. Spectrum bought out our old one.
Okay, we're switching to Spectrum.
There's no debate. Switch to Spectrum Internet, TV, and Voice for $29.99 a month each with no contracts to sign. Call 844-376-7732.
On WFMY News 2's Patrick Wright, winner heads to the championship series. Now the Hoppers won the South Atlantic League's Northern Division second half title with a win over Hickory earlier this week, but their job isn't done just yet. They're trying to win a title, and manager Todd Pratt's message is simple.
Just win today. Win today. Just like I told them, we got rained out yesterday. We had a quick meeting and just said, don't change. Don't change. Play hard. Win every inning, and we'll see what happens come to the end. And I just said every day and every way, we get a little bit better, pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat, game by game.
And in the other dugout tonight will be a player with ties to the Triad. Just a few months ago, Gavin Sheets was slugging for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Now he's a member of the Chicago White Sox.
Where showing up a few hours before the game means you're a few hours late.
Grab Bojangles' 12-piece Super Tailgate Special for just $24.99. Bojangles, it's bow time.
If you're shopping for your next new car, expect the best from Rice Toyota.
Like the best selection of our most popular models, the best car buying experience with our VIP treatment and no pressure attitude, and the best values with amazing deals every day. But here's something you weren't expecting: a lifetime powertrain warranty free with every new car, only at Rice.
Best of everything you want, plus the benefit of a lifetime powertrain warranty. Right here, right now at Rice Toyota.
Buy new name brand furniture and mattresses at clearance prices at Discount Furniture Superstore. Get this sofa and love seat for only $450. Recliners starting at just $169. 3-piece table package only $9. Work for you. Find super savings throughout the store at Discount Furniture Superstore, South Holden Road in Greensboro, or online at dfsuperstore.com.
At Mutual of Omaha, listening for the future you hope for. Call 800-88-LISTEN or find an agent at mutualofomaha.com.
Make your home improvement dreams a reality at the Greensboro Home Show, Saturday, September 9th and Sunday, September 10th at the Greensboro Coliseum Complex Special Events Center, and enjoy free admission. At the Home Show, meet with experts in remodeling, kitchens, bathrooms, windows, roofing, siding, solar, general contracting, and so much more, all while checking out hundreds of fabulous home improvement companies. Shop and compare all day. Get the right answers and save. For hours and directions to the Home Show, visit homeshowgreensboro.com.
Okay, wake up. It's the first day of the rest of your life. So what you gonna do? Every job out there spews their stats. They have the best this, the highest that, the most of something else, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. Here's an idea. Get a good job in an industry that's actually growing. How about aviation? That's right, aviation. Local high school and community college programs are providing the skills. And there are hundreds of opportunities right here in our backyard, making thousands of moving parts fly. How's that for stats? So, you want a job or you want a career? Aviation thrives here.
Triad hotels are filling up with people trying to escape Irma's path. How hotels are getting ready. Plus, with people trying to leave Florida, flights are filling up fast. And some travelers are accusing airlines of price gouging. We'll take a closer look at 11.
Weather-wise, no worries tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Some of the best weather you could imagine. By Monday and Tuesday, though, we will be looking at some rain, some wind, and maybe a threat for tornadoes. That happens as Irma comes as close as she will to us. Right now, it does not look like it passes right overhead, but it'll be close enough. We're going to be seeing those impacts, and we'll have more at 11 and the next day and the next day and the next day.
And we're going to stay with you through the whole thing. Thanks for watching WFMY News 2 at 6. Remember, we're always there at WFMYnews2.com. Good night.
Is brought to you by Green Lincoln of Greensboro, the #1 Lincoln dealer in North Carolina 4 years in a row.
It's the final days of Schul's Labor Day Savings Spectacular. Half off all furniture and mattresses, plus an extra 10% off the lowest tag price on all appliances and electronics. Lazy Boy recliner now $299. Save $400. Your choice, any size twin, full or queen bed now $149. Save $350. Plus no down payment and no payments till January 2018. Get the guaranteed lowest price on all furniture and mattresses, plus low monthly payments at Schul's.
Visit Flo Lexus of Winston-Salem and Flo Lexus of Greensboro. Experience amazing. Spring into the season at the Shoe Market for shoes that look fantastic and feel great too. Taos, Piccolinos, Dansko, Nayot, Birkenstock. The Shoe Market means quality, comfortable, and fashionable shoes in sizes and widths that fit. New Balance, SAS, Merrell, Echo, Thin Comfort. To look and feel your best this season, come to where aching feet find relief. The Shoe Market.
It's bow time at Bojangles. Come in today and try our hickory-flavored smoked sausage, served hot off the grill inside a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Get 2 for just $2.77. Bojangles. It's bow time.
South University. Learn more at southuniversity.edu.
I love you, Dad.
When a case can't be solved.
Next week is the 1-year anniversary of my daughter's death.
When a murderer can't be found.
Whoever did this to my daughter is still out there.
When the police aren't enough.
That is why I have created real-time, crowd-sourced crime solving.
One man will put the power to solve crime in the palm of your hand.
Welcome to the Hive.
Jeremy Piven and Richard T. Jones.
What do you mean they're following? They're doing it on their own. Police!
Wisdom of the Crowd. Premieres Sunday, October 1st.
The forecast takes an ominous turn.
This is a catastrophic storm that our state has never seen.
More than 1 million have been told to evacuate as Florida braces for a direct hit from Irma.
Mother Nature's going to win in the end. We just got to hope and pray for the best.
The strongest Atlantic hurricane on record has already left a trail of destruction through the Caribbean.
The entire country has been decimated.
Also tonight, Bannon's new battle with the Republican establishment.
Now that you're out of the White House, you go into war with them.
Absolutely. And a red, white, and blue semifinal at the U.S. Open.
Madison Keys joins the All-American semifinal party.
This is the CBS Evening News.
And good evening, I'm Jeff Glor in Miami. Anthony Mason is in New York, and tonight it's a race to outrun Irma, the most powerful hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic. The fury of this Category 5 storm was seen in the Caribbean, where at least 10 people were killed when Irma tore through there. Here in Florida, more than 1 million live in mandatory evacuation zones, and folks along the Georgia coast have also been ordered to leave.
Tonight, Irma should pass over Turks and Caicos on its way to Florida by Sunday morning. Sustained winds are 175 miles an hour. Video from the space station shows Irma's size. Hurricane-force winds extend 70 miles from its center. We want to check in with Lonnie Quinn, chief weathercaster at our New York station WCBS. Lonnie, the forecast is changing.
It is. The new information pushes things a little bit more to the west, and we talk about this being an ominous turn. Well, let's get right to it.